Willy Kambwala, the 19-year-old French defender who for me was the standout performer for Manchester United against Liverpool. And I think the thing which impressed me the most was that in my opinion he showcased all the traits of what I believe Erik ten Hag needs in his centre-backs. I think he showed a little bit of everything which you would want. So what I want to do today is go through some clips of what Kambwala done in this game and then talk about why it could make him, in the future, the perfect Ten Hag defender. And certainly, perhaps, the perfect squad option for Manchester United. So we're going to go straight over to Once Video Analyzer Pro to go through some of these clips. If you want to check out this video analysis software, there will be a link in the description down below. You've got to check it out. Go check it out. Anyway, we can see here, Manchester United in advanced positions in the attack, but we've lost the ball, and Andrew Robertson has got it at left back, looking to play out from the back. A lot of United players committed high. In recent weeks, we've seen that when United lose the ball, the defenders tend to step off, move back towards our own goal, leaving space. Kambwala, though, in this game, didn't let that happen because he was front-footed. He was aggressive with his defensive approach to the game. So when United were losing the ball, rather than retreating back towards his own goal, his instinct was to move forward, be aggressive, be proactive, try and nip in front of the opposition, wait for them, for example here, like Luis Diaz, to try and play on the half-turn, seeking his opportunity, then Kambwala, to come in and win the tackle. Now, you can question whether it's a good thing to rely on a slide tackle or not. I'm not a massive fan of it in the long term, but what is important here is the defensive intention. Defending on the front foot, being aggressive, proactive, once again, looking to win the ball back nice and high up the pitch, rather than on our own goal line. And this was something which he continued to do throughout the game. Once again here, you can see him taking responsibility, being the defender to step out of the defence, go and engage the player on the ball and try and put the tackle in. And once again, he does exactly that. It's another really good slide tackle. Again, is slide tackling always good? No, but I like the aggressive intention, the proactive intention. And like I said already, this was something which he just continued to do throughout the game. Now, this one's a little bit zoomed in, so I do apologise. But we can see him being super physical up against Mohamed Salah. Really, grappling him, going shoulder to shoulder, using his arms effectively to put Salah under a lot of pressure. This then allows him to nip in front of Salah, win the ball here, but not only win the ball, then charge into the second tackle as well. This is not someone I would want to have charging at me because he is massive. Charging into the challenge, going in for the slide tackle. He actually gets booked on this occasion, which I feel is a little bit harsh, but perhaps a lesson to him that he can't always slide tackle as much as I did enjoy it. So the question is, why is this, in my opinion, such an important thing for an Erik ten Hag centre-back to do? Well, United commit a lot of players forward. We know that. Ten Hag asks us to do that. We always have players high up the pitch in the final third, which means when we lose the ball, the rest of the team needs to be there to support them. Currently what we have with someone like Maguire, but more so someone like Varane or Victor Lindelof, is when we lose the ball in these areas, the rest of the team goes forward to counter-press, then the defence drops off, and we leave this massive hole in the middle of the pitch here. Kambwala, being a front foot defender, closed those spaces. And I also felt at times it encouraged Maguire to do something similar. So I thought Kambwala done that really well. Vertically, he compacted the space for Manchester United. His approach to the game literally made us more compact. Of course, it still wasn't perfect because the structure is poor, but Kambwala went a long way to addressing some of our problems. The other problem he addressed, and another box he ticks for being an Erik ten Hag centre-back, was his ability to cover wide spaces as well. So not only is he making us better on this plane here, but also this way as well. Defending out wide, so not just vertically, but horizontally covering a lot of space. I thought Kambwala done brilliant here. Now, what I didn't perhaps quite realise was just how quick he is. We've all seen the clip of him absolutely motoring back during the game. I thought the recovery pace was, to be honest, absolutely brilliant. But I love the ability to mix up his game, to be strong and on the front foot like this, but then in other situations, to be a defender which is going to drop off and cover a bit more space. And once again, this is vital for Erik ten Hag. We can see it here. On this occasion, Kambwala's actually made a little bit of a mistake. Okay, he's been caught out, but what's impressive is the recovery pace. Darwin Núñez is a brilliant transitioning player. He, for United, is one of the last players you want to see in this position. But Kambwala does such a good job of recovering, using this physical contact here, putting Darwin Núñez under pressure, but making the recovery run to get in and once again make the slide tackle is just absolutely brilliant. We've got him again here being a covering defender. We can see the ball is going to come along over the top from Liverpool. Kambwala just drops off a yard deeper on this occasion than the rest of the United line and gets up, wins his header. We can see where the rest of the line is. Kambwala has taken responsibility once again to drop deep, deal with it himself, and win the ball in the air. But what I particularly like about it is that he doesn't just punch the ball into the middle of nowhere, he actively looks to seek out his teammate, on this occasion Harry Maguire, in the midfield, and he does it very well. Again, this is really good cover defending from Kambwala. And then we've got a situation like this, where he is defending out wide, again against Darwin Núñez, one of the best in the business in these situations. Kambwala does a brilliant job of essentially pocketing him, physically dominating him. And he does this by basically using his arms and his upper body really well. Really, really well. We can see the constant contact with Darwin Núñez. If you compare this to someone like Victor Lindelof, perhaps, he struggles with this sort of duel. Not Kambwala. Not Kambwala. Physically, he deals with the situation so well to win the ball back for his side. And then again, there's another situation like this, where it's less about the physical capabilities, more about the reading of the game. Liverpool are going to play a ball in behind the Manchester United defence, but Kambwala makes sure he keeps constant physical contact with the forward, letting him know constantly that he's there, disrupting his running pattern, shoulder to shoulder, at times perhaps a bit too over the top, something to keep an eye on, but it does allow him to get the opponent off balance and win the ball back for his side, and then play the ball out from the back. And again, the reason why this is so important for Ten Hag is because of his system. Ten Hag's system commits players forward. That might be Dalot at fullback into midfield, it might be Dalot at fullback flying on the overlap. We know that our midfielders get forward. We know that we push the ball forward quite a lot. So the ability to defend this space here, but then also this space here, is absolutely vital to an Erik Ten Hag system. And what probably highlighted this the most, more than any action he actually did during the game, was his overall heat map. The right side of defence. United have struggled with this all season long, not having centre-backs which want to cover channels. Rafael Varane is our closest to it, but even he has declined. Kambwala's physical capability in this game was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I think what impresses me the most about that is through the academy, it was actually the technical side to his game I was a bit more impressed by. To then come into Premier League football, one of the most physical leagues in the world, and physically match senior players was really, really impressive. Really, really impressive. I thought he done absolutely brilliantly. And I hope from a defensive point of view that he gets more chances over the course of the rest of the season now. With United perhaps lacking things to play for a little bit in the Premier League, why not give Kambwala a chance? The other reason why I'd like to see him given a chance was because he took responsibility in possession as well. Again, not something which the United centre-backs always want to do, but Ten Hag does ask them to do this. And I thought Kambwala done it pretty well. He didn't shirk the responsibility. That was the most important thing for me. Now, we can talk about his technique, for example, at times. But what he done was he showed a confidence in receiving the ball. He was happy to receive it. We can see it in a situation like this. Yes, Liverpool are sitting off, but Kambwala is comfortable taking his time on the ball. So much on this occasion that he's actually waiting and trying to bait the Liverpool midfielder to come towards him. He does this in a really clever way. He waits for this Liverpool player to move towards him, knowing that once this player moves forward, the space behind is going to be vacated, allowing Kambwala to then play the pass into the feet of Casemiro. But it's not just about playing a simple pass. It's about getting the weight of pass right. For example, it's got to be a fizzed pass into the feet of Casemiro. If not, a forward will intercept it. But it's also about putting it on Casemiro's right foot. So Casemiro can play first time round the corner, United can move from there. It's all because of Kambwala in the first phase. We've moved a Liverpool midfielder out of the way. Kambwala has played through that. Another situation here, this time once again on the right side of the defence. Receives the ball from Onana, and he's able to take players out of the game. He is able to take multiple Liverpool players out of the game by once again picking his pass, putting a good weight of pass on it as well. Again, putting the right amount of force behind the ball to make sure it gets there without the Liverpool players intercepting. And it allows someone like Dalot to receive on the turn, higher up the pitch, turn and move forward. It was really good from Kambwala. Really, really good. Now, in terms of where I'd like to see him develop, it would be out of possession. Let's not be too reliant on the slide tackle because I think it can be a little bit dangerous. Wan-Bissaka perhaps a good example of that. But I think that will come with time, experience, reading of the game. Physically, he looks brilliant. And then on the ball, I would like to see him show a bit more of what he showed in his first game. against West Ham away from home, where he showed his confidence playing out from the back, carrying the ball from the back. In this game we saw passing. I would like to see further carrying from the back. And the big thing I would like to see is actually the way you move your hips. It's one of the best ways to manipulate the opposition, is to take lots of little touches on the ball, but also to open your hips up, close your hips, change angle. It manipulates the opposition quite a lot. I would like to see Kambwala improving in that, and then he could become, who knows, a really good player at doing this. But in general, for this game, I just thought he was absolutely brilliant. The stats look pretty good. I'm blocking it a little bit. Touches, accurate passes, fouls, not too many, but the ground duels, he won all but one. The aerial duels, he won all of them. Granted, it's not a massive sample size, but I think he played really well, and that 6.4 rating at the top is incredibly harsh. I thought he had a really, really good game, considering he came into such a big match, late notice. I thought he played brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. Now give him the chance, or more chances, more opportunities for the rest of the season, and who knows, we might have ourselves here a really good backup right centre-back. If not, you know, second choice right centre-back, third choice right centre-back at this stage in his career would not be bad for him at all, particularly as he could still dip into the under-23s on occasion. I think Kambwala played really well, and I think he's given Ten Hag and the football club something to think about in a positive way, and that is something which we've lacked, and that is why Kambwala's performance impressed me so much. He silenced some brilliant Liverpool players and physically carried himself so well, yet technically also read the game well and looked comfortable on the ball. It was a brilliant performance. But that's all I've got to say for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But apart from that, we are finished. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.